Hi there, it's Vincent DePaul working on the movie Phoebe's Echo with May. It's so delightful to read a script that has so much passion and so much interest. And this young girl, Phoebe, all of her different life experiences and her ability to understand what came before her, it's remarkable. I play the role of Peter, and for me, Peter is a very tormented, complex individual. He is working out a lot of his issues, but at the same time, he has a love of art. He has a love of creation. And so it kind of is in conflict to his gambling problems. Although he loves art and he loves all these different things that we celebrate, he also has an addiction, and that is to, wasting his money, spending his money, gambling his money away. So that being said, I've never had any personal gambling situations. I mean, I love going to Las Vegas and enjoying the shows, and I love seeing that. But I was never really compelled to play blackjack or, the roulette. I have to draw from just emotion and trying to see how this person is and how that person deals with celebration and struggle. The most exciting or challenging moment on this film, well, nothing too challenging. Everyone is so great. The cast and crew is wonderful. And I guess proper rest. I mean, traveling 3,000 miles from the East Coast to Texas, I just wrapped on one film and then now I'm on another film. And just being able to have enough energy day to day, that's the most challenging, I think, but no other huge challenges. So May and I first met at the Cannes Film Festival 2024, and we talked about collaboration. We're both lovers of cinema. And so she had said that, I have a concept. And I said, well, I would love to read it. As soon as she sent me the idea and the breakdown, the synopsis, I was already kind of drawn to it. I was really compelled at the story and that some of these things actually did occur. And so once I then read the script, I was in 100%. And so for me, it's just a great collaboration of the creative minds together of May and myself. And for me, this will be 100 plus, I think it's 137th film that I've done. So either episodic, TV show, TV movie, feature film, or webisodic. So I always love doing these projects, and hopefully the film festivals and individuals will love Phoebe's Echo.
I'm the director of this movie, Phoebe's Echo, which is based on a true story that happened with one of my friends. And this is a story about the little girl whose name is Phoebe, who lived with her mom, Susan. They move into the new apartment, and a series of weird things happen to her. So this story is about the three lost souls. Susan is actually a single mother who used to be the drug addictor, and she was being judged by people and questioned about her ability of taking care of her own life and her daughter. Phoebe, she's kind of living her own world. She's not very good at communicating with other kids, but she got some special abilities that she can see Lisa's spirit. Lisa has a dream to achieve, but then she got into a car accident. Didn't have enough time to finish her dream. She followed God's guidance and chose her way to help others through her spirit. I personally like this story a lot, so I hope you would enjoy that too. The gene of this movie is a bit of the suspense, horror. I trying to create more scene of the horror and suspense, the imagination and what's going to happen next. The switch to the romantic story, I have to explore and discover the secret behind. It'll be a mix of a suspense, romance, and the myth at the end. In this movie, I'm playing the role of Lisa. Lisa is a painter artist, and myself is also a painter artist. So other than doing the filmmaking, I do oil paint myself. So that's how I found the boundary in the relationship with character. And I'm also the writer of this script. So I think I found more of myself into Lisa's role. And I like this character a lot. Challenging part for me is the ghost movie, the makeup part. And I think it's fantastic, but also challenging because this is my first new look in something different. And before I was playing two movies, I started in Lost in 24 and Blooming Sister, but this one's a very different one. And I'm looking forward to self and give that a new appearance to surprise everybody.
Charlie, Charlee, Kid, Kidd, and my role is Phoebe.
How did you prepare for this role?
I prepared for this role by putting myself in her spot and kind of like expressing her emotions and trying to feel like I was her.
Were there any personal connections you found with the character's journey?
Probably that we both express each like ourselves through art. I really love art, and I love drawing it with watercolors and just having fun with it.
What has been your most memorable or challenging moment throughout this production?
Probably, I would say meeting everybody was a really memorable moment, and probably getting to know everyone, and yeah.
Hi, my name's Carrie Vines, and I'm playing the role of Susan. And Susan's a mother, and she has a wonderful young daughter, and so I'm a mother as well. So I really kind of drew into my children and my role as their mom, and I thought about things that I've done maybe over the years where I've worried might mess them up when they're older. So I know that's a key point in Susan's character. And yeah, I really just drew on that and all the things that I would hope to do to be the best mother to my child.
How did you prepare for this role?
Well, I thought about just different things that parents have done over the years, you know, that maybe aren't great for their child, and I thought about how I'm sure they're really regretful and worry about what those things might have done.
What was the most memorable or challenging moment during this production?
The most memorable part was probably getting to know my daughter in the play, my movie daughter. She's really sweet. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a really great cast and crew, and I really enjoyed it.
My character was about supporting Phoebe's mom. Like every mother, you know, always being worried about doing the right thing, making the right decisions for ourselves, and as a mother, I can say for ourselves and for our children is really, really critical to our well-being, I think, as a mom. And being a support character to Susan, who's Phoebe's mom, I think was really important because the therapist's role is helping Susan feel better, feel calmer, like she didn't mess up. You know, it's going to be okay. And I think that really carries Susan a long way to my authentic persona. And so even a lot of the terminology and verbiage that I used was very kind of everyday language when I work with my clients. But playing it on camera was obviously a very different experience. And I would say the most challenging moment is being present with my character with the camera staring at me.
My character as her teacher is memorable. I feel that working with little kids, trying to bring out the best in them, there was some discrepancy into Phoebe's character. The drawings, the blood stains, it's more of a concern for anybody, even me as the teacher that I play. And I had to bring it to the mother's attention, like, hey, something's not right with Phoebe. What's going on? What is the situation? Can we help her? What more can we provide for you to get her some help? Challenging for Miss Adams was trying to relate to what she sees in this little girl. You know, all the other classmates, they're happy, they're bubbly, they're kids. And then when she looks at Phoebe, it's like, what's really going on in your life that's bothering you? Why are you making drawings like this? Why is there blood stains in your drawings? Why is there a sad face? Why is this person crying? Something was eerie about that. So for me to play Miss Adams, I had to be like, okay, I need to be concerned and be like, okay, we're going to get you the help that you need. but in order to get you some help, I need to meet with your mom and your father. I need to talk to them and have this meeting to make sure that you get some help.
My name is Pat Hodges, and I play God in this movie. Lisa passes away in this movie, and I'm the first one she meets on the other side of things. In the movie, I play God. That's not easy to do because that means you kind of got to somehow get into God's head on this, right? And so I went back and watched a couple of movies that had other actors playing God in it, and so I'm kind of working that into it a little bit, you know. But basically, I wanted to people to understand God's not a mean God. He's not an angry God, you know. He honestly loves people, and so that's what I'm going to try to bring to the character.
The exciting part, I think, is the haunting. This is very challenging to achieve this goal because especially the twist of the story, achieve it something like unpredictable. That's what we want to achieve in this film. We want to achieve it like play it with the light and dark, and smooth camera works when it comes to suspense, and it depends upon the scene. In camera, in accident scene, maybe lots of chaotic camera movement. The most challenging here is the haunting scene, the accident scene, and on how we achieve the goal on the twist, on how we execute it. That's the most challenging part, I think. The challenging is the accident scene. That's why the director, May, we did a storyboard, we collaborate, and then we make a storyboard in order to execute it properly.
My name is Vasilios Danielidis. In this production, I'm a boom mic operator, and also you're gonna see me in front of the screen, no? For one short scene, no, as the buyer. My most memorable time, especially like behind the camera, will be like pretty much working with a whole crew, especially the camera men, the two of them, Ben and Fritz, which were pretty much like a tag team, the whole time. And other challenges, not in my part, no. Now in front of the camera, I just have a short scene, with Vincent, which obviously it was a lot of fun. I don't have a direct scene with the character of Phoebe, but I do have one scene with Pete. So I guess my influence, if there's any kind of influence of my characters to Phoebe's, will be through Pete, not directly.
Hello, my name is Jason Cho. I will be the casino croupier. I'm helping the movie to make it more wonderful. Every movie based on the true story will be good. I know it's not easy to prepare the film, especially casting actors, actresses, because there are so many people. Everybody is different, and sometimes people has their own questions. They couldn't come. That's okay. So we just have more people in the database. So once we cannot use this actor or actresses, we can change to another one. So that's why we can make the full list today.
Actually, I had a good friend that adopted a child, and that child was born to a mom that was an addict. And she was actually taken by CPS when she was born, and my friend was a lawyer, and she said, I don't want CPS to take this child, I'm going to adopt it myself, which she did, and then a mutual friend of ours adopted it from her. And so this child was just amazing. I held her when she was a baby, and she had such a strong heartbeat, and now she's about 7 years old and just an amazing little kid. So I kind of was able to draw on that experience, but I love to help people, and so if I was to come across a situation like Susan, I would definitely gently encourage her to get some help and encourage her that, you know, there's a better way and a better life for her. Times when I'm acting, I want to ad lib. So sticking to the script was a challenge. Glad to be a part of this production, and great team, and thanks a lot.
The characters other than Lisa were quite straightforward. One's a little girl, one is a mother, and one is a gentleman, so that was easy. May, who plays Lisa, her character was quite interesting because she's a ghost, and she has but she also is alive in some of the scenes. So for her like ghost transition sensation, May sent me the poster for the film, which is kind of it's a half face of, but one side is kind of ghostly, vampire, gothy, but human-like. The other side is a really cool sugar skull style, but more scary, but still quite refined. So that's what I based the look upon. And then May added in a kind of Phantom of the Opera mask just yesterday when we last discussed the makeup. So we shifted the look that I had designed, and then she also had some burns and scars. So we added those today instead of mimicking the poster so much. The most memorable was suddenly being asked to be on camera as with Natalie, who's my makeup and hair assistant, to be makeup and hair artist on film, to step in and actually do our job as part of the scene.
Yeah, so the lead artist kind of just briefed me on the looks that we were going for today. There was some special effects involved, a little bit of glamour makeup, and just everyday makeup as well. So a little bit of everything. I think the most challenging part of the day was we started off with a special effects look on the main character. We quickly had to remove all of that process and then go into a full glamour kind of nighttime look, which is really fun to transition into. What drew me to this role was definitely the broad makeup looks that we would be doing and the different types of looks that would be going into it. It's definitely a lot of a different route than what I would normally be drawn to. So it's fun.
My name is Ben Pimpler. Or interesting things about this project to me that brought me on board. I met May, the director, several months ago at the premiere of her last movie, and I was talking to her about the schedule, and she was talking about how quickly we were going to be shooting this film, and I could just tell that she was very ambitious, and that interested me. And I read the script, and the script has a lot of different elements going, a lot of different scenes, and it's a very interesting story. You know, there was real creativity to it, and I could tell May was very passionate about it. And when somebody's passionate about something, you know, that makes me want to help them out. So I think that was the most interesting part. That's been the most interesting part so far. We're kind of at the beginning of the shoot now, so we'll see how it goes. Two things on this project. I'm shooting interviews, and then I'm also running the B camera. The visual style for the film, we really wanted to emphasize a lot of the darker aspects of the film. It's a thriller, it's a drama, and so using visual language to emphasize the fact that these characters are in a pretty dark place, you know, but there are moments of hope throughout, and so there's a visual conversation going on between light and darkness. For the interviews, you know, we're bringing the whole cast and crew in here interviewing. We're doing some behind-the-scenes work for the film, and one of the coolest things about doing this project to me is there's a very stark difference between shooting the interviews versus shooting the film. For the interviews, that's a lot lighter. We have this very interesting, cool background going on here. It's fun to play with these visual elements. We're in a really cool studio. I've never gotten to shoot in a studio that has a big cyc wall, and they have these giant props and set pieces and stuff like that. And so I've really enjoyed working on that.